Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is September the 27th, 2022, and today the topic is misconceptions. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is Tuesday. We are near the end of September. Can you guys believe it? Shout out to my guy, Ewan over in Australia. I know he's like, man, it's another Monday. I know, friend, it is what he was talking about yesterday. But we are nearing the end of September. October is right around the corner, and just a lot of good things in store, I believe. As for me yesterday, I pretty much just tried to just unload, download, however you would think, like unload all the things that I received over the weekend, all the knowledge, wisdom. Tried to start putting some things in place, make that plan and everything like that. Shout out to my homegirl Summer, because we chit-chatted about some ideas, going to hold each other accountable in this season. And then shout out to my guy, Kelvin. Y'all may know that he's, the co-star of the Cast movie, but he also started his own business as well. Cheers to him as well, because he also got a new home. He got a new home. And so, I decided to become, I guess, his first customer of sorts, because I guess part of his business endeavors is, I guess, helping people with financial planning and things like that. And so I was like, bro, look, I think it's time. Your girl need to work on some things. So we had a consultation yesterday, and that was part of me making some moves towards doing things a little different and getting to a better place. Overall, not just financially, but overall when it comes to business and whatnot. So that's what yesterday looked like for me. Different conversations as well, talk to a few other people outside of them. But that's what my Monday looked like. Kind of chill, but kind of not. As for today, I know that later on this evening, your girl's going to be kind of busy. I think I have a couple episodes of GSL. I know I got like another, a virtual meeting, and then I'm supposed to do financial fitness, but I see that somebody signed up to be on GSL a little bit around that time. So we won't see what the Lord do with all of that. But I say all that to say that I guess today is kind of busy. But, again, I'm grateful that I woke up this morning, brought out a bushy tail to do the juice. So I did my prayer meditation this morning, and it was pretty good, even though I don't really remember it in this moment, because you know how I be. I end up getting engulfing my mind and whatever I end up studying, and then I'm like, what was the prayer meditation about? But again, y'all know that I use the Soul Space app, so I mean, obviously you can go listen to it for yourself. And again, this is not sponsored. I literally have been using them since I started this whole journey with the juice. So shout out to them for being, consistent and a great product to have just available to get my mind right every day, to prepare to, share with you all whatever the Lord gives me. And so basically after I did the prayer meditation, the phrase, the word perception came into my heart and mind, and then kind of with the focus of an unclear perception. And I was like, okay, that's interesting, because I know that I definitely have been there. How many of us have been in a place where we feel like, man, like, someone is looking at you, and I guess they're saying things about you or treating you some type of way that is totally the opposite of who you are. For me, I definitely have been there. I know those of you all that follow me consistently, then in this, you guys may have heard my testimony about my ex, the boyfriend that I had before I met my husband, and everything like that. And one of the things that I usually say to describe what our dynamic was like is that although he was probably the guy that was with me the longest, before my husband, because, obviously he's been with me the longest now. But at that time, he was somebody that was with me probably the longest relationship that I had been in my adult life. but I feel like he didn't know me or my qualities. I feel like he didn't, like, if my qualities were in a list and put into a pile of other women and their qualities, he wouldn't have been able to pick mine out. That's how I felt, and that was the description that came into my heart and mind regarding him and our dynamic. So yeah, and that was always like confusing to me at that time, because I'm like, man, you've been with me the longest, like you should know me the best, like out of everybody that I've dealt with. But it's like the way you treat me is like I am somebody totally different from who I ever knew myself to be. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been in that place where I felt like people have had misconceptions or maybe even misperceptions about me. But hey, there I can say that there's times that I might have had that about other people as well, right? Like, for example, again, my husband is a great example of this. Like, he has like dry humor, and because of my quote unquote triggers and PTSD with critiques and all this type of stuff, I usually kind of, whatever my husband say, sometimes he might be joking, but I kind of take it seriously, because I guess I just think about the things that he's saying and I take it seriously. And so I have to find those moments where I'm like, are you playing or are you for real? Like, I'm not sure. And so I could easily have a misperception about what he's saying to me or whatever. And so, on both ends, I get it. I get that we can be the person that may have this wrong perspective, or we can be the person that is giving that. And so yeah, when this whole thing about perceptions came into my heart and mind, and then eventually I started looking up definitions and realized that, oh, the real word of the day is misperception. That was pretty much where the inspiration came from. So when I looked up the definition of misperception, it says a wrong or incorrect understanding or interpretation. Whew, well, yes. So yeah, if we have a wrong or incorrect understanding or interpretation of someone or something, that can be very stifling. Like, that could be something that is, it can hinder us when it comes to growth. It can hinder us when it comes to relationships, and much, much more, right? And so, I went to the word. That's what this whole thing is. I go to the Bible and see what the word has to say about these different topics that come into my heart and mind. And so, here's some things I came across this morning. I came across Proverbs 18:2. It says, a fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his own, uh, expressing his opinion. Ooh, I guess we started off the gate with some pulp, y'all. We started off with something we might not like. Ooh, this thing calling us a fool. Well, I mean, yeah, I know we definitely have all probably experienced this. It could be us too. It could be us doing it, or we've experienced probably conversations like this where it's like, it's one thing to talk and share opinions and, get an understanding of where each other are coming from. But it's a totally different thing to like deal with somebody that only wants to share their opinion and then don't want to understand your opinion. Um, and I mean, I'm just telling y'all what the Bible say about people like that. And yeah, that was one of the first verses I came, if not the first verse that I came across this morning, when studying about misperception. So ooh, we started off a little sticky, but I mean, something to keep in mind. If we don't want to be that, right? If we don't want to be a fool, then we might need to try to get an understanding, right? And everything like that. But ooh, let's keep going. Proverbs 3:5, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. So, I mean, yeah, I guess if we're going to be, Bible believing people, if we're going to be Christians, whatever the case is, then, this is what we need to do. How can we get understanding? We should go to the one that has all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the understanding. We need to, trust in the Lord and not lean on our own. Because sometimes, again, we can have a personal misperception. Like, if I continue to go through my marriage with my misperception of feeling like, oh, my husband is, he's joking, right? But I'm feeling like to myself that, oh, I'm taking everything he's saying seriously. Then I have a misperception that is, again, hindering and stifling our relationship and situation. So, every now and then well, I guess we always need to do this, but, I need to, get that understanding from the Lord. I need to trust in the Lord, and not just lean on my own understanding. And so, I hope that's a good reminder for us today. Proverbs 4:7. I noticed there's a lot in Proverbs about this, but anyway, Proverbs 4:7. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. So yeah, I mean, if we want to get an understanding, we need to get wisdom and insight. Again, we might have like I said, a blurry perspective of whatever the situation is. So I think it behooves us to get wisdom and whatnot. I think one of the main ways we can do that is by listening, right? Maybe even asking more questions versus getting automatically upset or coming to a rash conclusion based on our interpretation of what's going on. Like just go ahead and get more understanding. Okay, well, hey, friend, I don't understand what you're saying here. Can you give me, a better, can you help me understand what you're saying? Things like that. I mean, I know we all have been there, y'all. Again, I've been there on both ends, so no judgment. I'm just reading, and I'm just saying whatever the Lord shared with me this morning. Let's keep going. So Proverbs 20:5, it says, the purpose in a man's heart is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. So there you go. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, again, we may have in our heart and mind what we think or what we want to think that someone is saying to us. But I mean, I guess it behooves us to, again, get that deeper understanding. Like, I guess you'll really get to know like what's really the intentions of people's hearts as you get to know them, as you observe them, as you have these conversations and just really come to these different situations, like seeking wisdom. It's one thing to come into a situation where you have a preconceived notion about whatever it is, but it's another thing to come into it open-minded and then receive the wisdom and whatnot as you observe that situation. So just something to think about. Just something to think about, y'all. I mean, yeah, if we really want to truly find out the purpose in a man's heart or the true intentions or whatever the case is, I think some of that takes a little time. It takes a little, getting to know people or whatever the case is. So yeah, just a little something to think about. Let's get out of Proverbs for a second, y'all. We're going to 2 Timothy 2:7. It says, think over what I say, for the Lord will give you understanding in everything. So again, going back to the Lord, y'all, again, I think with time, with listening, with asking questions, all those different things can help us get an understanding and hopefully help us not make misperceptions, right? And get a wrong or incorrect understanding or interpretation of whatever our situations are. But ultimately, yeah, we can go to the Lord in prayer as well. And that it could be a very revealing thing too. Because you can go to the Lord in prayer about whatever the situation is, and then he'll reveal to you like what it is. And then you could be like, man, and that could be kind of a tough situation because then you're like, oh, well, I thought it was this, but turns out that it's something else based on not only what the Lord has given me, but what, you receive or what he shows you afterwards about certain things where it's like, oh, yeah, I guess it's just using God's discernment at the end of the day. But yeah, I have one more verse that actually came into my heart and mind before I went live. So I guess this goes alongside of this conversation here. And I thought of the quote that says, in all you're getting, get understanding. Well, turns out this is Bible, y'all. This is some Bible. It's Proverbs 4:7. It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. So, let us not go into situations with a wrong or incorrect understanding or interpretation. I think it's good to stay open-minded and whatever the situation is, whether it's a relationship or whether it's the whatever it is, you'll get like when you take the time to like get to know people or whatever, the true intentions of the heart and all those things will be revealed. And then you can make, your judgments. And I know that's, you know what I mean? Y'all know how it is about the word judgment. But I mean, you can make righteous judgments, right? When you get a clear understanding. And you know what? That's the juice, y'all. That is the juice today. There's several more verses, in the Go Deeper section to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But the Bible verse of today is Romans 8:31. It says, "What shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us?" Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice. I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Oh, let me say shout out to my sisters. Oh my goodness. Wait, I got my two sisters on here. I got my sister, Miss Nyla O'Neal. Y'all know who she is. She is the owner. I call her the dean of Anchor for Blatamy Institute LLC. Sister put me on the hot seat. She got me out here talking about I'm about to do keynote. I'm about to be a keynote speaker over the weekend, so we're going to see what the Lord said to say and do. But shout out to my sister. Hey, sister, and I know this. I recognize this name here is strange to her. This is my girl. This is my sister, MD. Sister, thank you so much for tuning in. Said one of your mom's favorite verses. I don't know which one it was, but yeah, man, thank you for tuning in. And I'm glad to, share some wisdom on today, like your mom's wisdom, I guess. My sister is saying hi to everybody. But yeah, that's the juice for today, y'all. Misperceptions. Yeah, y'all can tell me what y'all think about that. Yeah, that's what came into my heart and mind. She said, "How are you feeling this morning?" I'm good, sis. I'm good. Yeah, again, with all the wisdom and knowledge and stuff that I took over the weekend, I've really just been trying my best to make some good moves. So I think I started off yesterday. Again, me and she says, "And all you're getting." Oh yeah, see, that came into my heart of mine. Like right before I ended, right before I was getting ready to go live, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's it." Like I thought it was just like an old person saying like, "Oh, and all you're getting understanding." And when I looked it up, it turned out to be Bible. I'm like, "Oh, okay, okay." But yeah, sister, yeah, I'm good. I'm just taking everything day by day, and I, like I said, after those 2 days over the weekend, it was just a whole lot of information that I left both times I left those workshops with like headaches. But now, yeah, I just kind of, unloaded all that information, started to kind of put some things in place to work towards, actually making a plan. And I get that because, yeah, I can be a little bit all over the place. So I'm like, let me just get some certain goals and plans so I can get, these things together. Said Bailey joining in, and everyone, you better know. Oh, well, hello, family. Hello, everyone. Shout out to Bailey. Look, she the reason y'all seeing me live right now because I was just doing audio, and Bailey was the one that called me out and said, "I want to see you, Auntie Miracle." So, hey, here I am now. But yeah, y'all, that's what's going on with that. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the juice this morning. I hope that it's encouraging and inspiring anybody that, listens and whatnot. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about everything. Actually, I was going to text you, sister. I was going to text you. I don't know. Should I just ask you now? I was going to ask you, should I set up books on Saturday? You let me know. You can text me and be like, yeah, or you can just say it here, obviously. I was thinking like, should I bring the books? Should I put up a little table? I don't know. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to my fam, my family that's tuning in today. I hope that again that you all are encouraged, inspired on your morning, that you got your juice. Now you can go on about your day. But yeah, unless y'all, you look, if all hearts and minds are clear. Oh, I see comments coming in. Let me see. Just says, "Stay encouraged by you." No, you know I look. If I don't never have no children, I know that this Miss MD, look, Dr. Miracle. I know that the doctor's gonna be cheering me on, man. I appreciate you. I'm calling you all the way out. I should have just kept you a strange tours. Now you guys like, I'll have to change my because Miracle done put me out here now. Sassy, what sis? What you talking about? Well, who's sassy? You? What, the sassy sisters? She said, you know it. They said yes, and you know it. Well, good, man. Like I said, I'm glad. I hope that these things encourage it because we can have misperceptions about people. Girls, listen. I mean, I'm trying not to think of that current situation that happened. So I was like trying to just focus on the other stuff to use as examples because, well, I know my sister know. Even though I think I need to give you an update unless mom told you what happened after and MD, I guess I have to tell you. You know, y'all be praying for your girl because they out here trying to stop me, man. I even had somebody that was at that workshop talk about, oh, do you think you're spreading yourself too thin by doing, weekly talk show? And I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I think I need to keep doing what I'm doing. And I think I need to do more, actually, because I got plenty of time. Something trying to get me to stop. Something is trying to get me to stop doing this, but to God be the glory for, this particular season, I see that something definitely is different in me now because I could, again, years ago, I only did maybe a few videos here, a few videos there, but something in this particular season is being like, keep going. It don't matter how many people is watching. It don't matter how many people subscribe. It don't matter. Keep going. And do y'all know that GSL, this channel is almost at 1,000 videos? Y'all, that's God. That ain't me. That's just, I mean, the only thing I can say is that I'm just being consistent. Oh, that's okay. Well, hey, Bailey, girl, what you doing? Look, you need to get ready for school. I appreciate y'all talking to me this morning, though. Every now and then people come on here and say something. I don't be expecting nobody to be tuning in live. I really don't. And so every now and then people do tune in live. But look, it's just that what I know, girl. Look, my mind blown too. I'm like, I said, I guess I need to do something for the 1,000th video. So we'll see what I end up doing for the actual 1,000 video, but that's crazy because I only started GSL in 2020. And I mean, I know a lot of it might be the daily inspiration, but still, like, that's still a huge thing. So I'm trying to just celebrate all the milestones, you know what I'm saying? So again, to God be the glory for that. I'm gonna try my best to keep on going. I got plenty of other show ideas and things. Y'all know, I got movies too and all this other stuff that I need to create. So that's why I'm, like I was talking about yesterday, I need to get the plan in place. I need to get specific goals to get there. And I've been doing that with things in general, but I need to do that with business. So y'all be praying for me as I do that. But all right, y'all, I don't want to keep it, below y'all's time and stuff. I know y'all business ladies too. Y'all got things to do, instead of just, watching me. But I'll just wait a second and see if y'all have another comment or something, because I think it's kind of delayed. Like y'all might send something and then it comes a little bit after y'all send it. But yeah, thank you all so much. You two ladies in particular, thank you for your ongoing support and encouragement and everything. And for anybody else that watches and subscribe, share, any of those things, by all means, thank you for that. And did y'all know that y'all can support a girl for 99 cents a month? That's something to keep in your mind as well. To the people, whoever watches this and stuff, there's the information scrolling down there and everything. But yeah, that's what's going on. I think it seems like y'all all hearts and minds are clear, so I'll let y'all go on about your day. But thank you again for tuning in, my live lookers, live juicers. And for anybody else that watches this in the replays or whatnot, thank you again for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share and all that beautiful stuff. And yeah, I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.